All right, everyone. Now it's time to talk about Donald Trump's so-called imperialism. It's actually not really imperialistic when you think about it. Under U.S. law, it is possible for us to, for example, buy Greenland. It is a territory. Trump is fundamentally correct when he says that a significant proportion of Greenlanders don't want to be part of Denmark. Now, do they want to be part of the United States? Maybe, maybe not. They can hold a vote and they can vote. Do you want to stay Danish? Do you want to petition to be annexed by the United States? Do you want to be sovereign? I find it very, very funny that the same Europeans that have a problem with the idea of the United States imperializing Greenland have no problem with the Danish controlling it, despite, again, the whims of the population, it seems, being generally against them. It's fine if Europe controls it, but if the United States does, all of a sudden it becomes a big goddamn problem. Let's look at Panama. We built the Panama Canal. The French originally started it. They abandoned the project because of yellow fever and things like that. People were dropping like flies. The United States lost thousands and thousands of lives creating the original Panama Canal. Then decided to actually expand it in joint control with Panama at the time. It wasn't until the 1990s that it was ceded back to Panama. Personally, again, I believe that we should sweeten the deal. I think that we can probably get the Panamanians to agree to us having a presence there and having some latitude over the canal if we simply sweeten the deal. For a fraction of the cost of the money that we give to Ukraine in any single fucking day at this point, we could effectively pay off Panama's national debt. We could secure the land. We could literally expand it, make it a 3-lock system if we wanted to. Hell, have 5 locks. It doesn't even matter at this point. For a fraction of the cost of what we've already thrown just at Ukraine, we could probably have 4 locks there pretty fucking easily, have 4 shipping lanes. We could increase the tonnage massively. Panama would gain money from this. And we simply ask for a military base, access, and non-taxation of our own ships in the process. Everyone else gets taxed maybe 1 or 2% more, and everyone's happy. Panama makes a boatload of money. The United States saves a boatload of money. It would take time to pay off the investment, but we're capable of doing so. And people are acting like this is imperialism. No, this is called cooperation. It's not imperialism at all. Let's talk about Canada briefly. Canada is not going to be annexed by the United States. Justin Trudeau, by the way, resigning. He's gone. There's a reason for that. On his outgoing, he says, well, Canada will never become part of the United States. Don't be so sure. In the long term, it may. Short term, probably not. That's, again, not imperialism. If the people of Canada really wanted to, they could petition to be annexed at any given time. Under U.S. law, any country or area in the world can simply hold a vote, say we want to become part of the United States, and then Congress decides whether they're going to become part of the United States as a territory, as incepted as a state or multiple states, anything like that. It's totally constitutional. It's totally within our legal system. I don't see any particular problem with this. As a libertarian, I don't believe in expanding government power, for example. I believe in massively shrinking the U.S. government. But insofar as we have at least the most constitutional system in the world, I believe that effectively such moves are liberation. It's not annexation in the sense of imperialism. It's not colonialism. The people of that country or that region have decided they want to throw in with us and be part of the United States. Well, I mean, what's the problem with that? They've made their own choice. Maybe not everyone there agrees with the decision, and that's regrettable. And I can understand why there would be people in the world who wouldn't want to join the United States. We've made some odd decisions over the last few decades. And just look at the Iraq War or the Afghanistan withdrawal, for example. But that being said, we still do have more fundamental rights than most people in the world. And Americans take this for granted. We've become decadent in that sense. In most of the world, you do not have a fundamental right to self-defense. You do not have a fundamental right to, in some cases, you don't even have the right to vote. Or you can vote, but there's only one party to vote for, something like that. This is still the case in more than half of the world. There aren't many other places in the world where you have a recognition of fundamental rights. So I don't really see the problem with it. Here's what I expect to happen. I expect that Trump is pressuring the Danish on tariffs. He's not actually planning, in my opinion, to buy Greenland, although it would be perfectly acceptable, practically accepted by most of the Greenlandic population, and would probably be a very, very good mutual decision to make. We can exploit the energy resources. People in Greenland who, in some cases, they're living in poverty under Danish rule, all of a sudden they become fucking rich. I think that everyone benefits from that arrangement. Do I expect it to happen? No. Will Canada be annexed? No, it's not going. No, we're not going to annex Canada. It's part of the Commonwealth already anyway, and we don't want to piss off the British because they're a fairly major ally of the United States. With Panama, I think you have a little bit of a different situation. Since we built the Panama Canal in the first place, we were the primary investors in labor and in money, then expanded it, blocked the Nicaragua Canal from China. I simply think that we should make a deal. And Trump's very, very good at deal making, you may have noticed. You tell the Panamanians, kick out the Chinese influence and stop taxing our vessels. In return, we will pay off your national debt. We will expand it even further. We will increase the shipping capacity. You can do whatever you want with anyone else's flagged vessels. And we get a military base there. That's basically all you have to do. And we don't even need an alliance with you. Just let us put a base there, basically, so we can safeguard the canal from, pirates and shit. Pick out the influence from foreign groups and, just call it a day. That's not imperialism, though. People are acting as though Trump seriously intends to invade Canada. You've got to be shitting me. That would never happen. Why would we invade one of our closest allies, another NATO member, simply to turn them into the 51st state? He's making a joke about Justin Trudeau more than anything else, and he's having fun doing so, and people are really goddamn overthinking it. That's about all. Peace out.